Well, Milwaukee didn't get the nickname Brew City for nothing. At one time, the town was bustling with 4 huge breweries, and one of them was known for making Blue Ribbon beer. These photographs celebrate the Pabst legacy by putting the spotlight on the brewery's abandoned buildings. And the photographer of this book, Pabst, An Excavation of Art, started out just making a book for his home coffee table, just for the family. And then after 2 years of late nights and hundreds of photos, he decided he would share. And get this, after just 8 months, the first run of the book was sold out.
That's wonderful.
It's awesome.
That is wonderful. Paul Bialas is the photographer who is here with us now with more on his book. And you've got another one soon to be released that is also about beer.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's super exciting.
Tell us more about it.
Yeah.
Well, if you think of the Pabst Brewery, it was like this fully functioning city in Milwaukee. And a couple of years ago, after being abandoned for decades, I was able to go in and photograph several of the buildings. I took thousands of photos. And the book is a collection of those photographs. But it's combined with quotes, historical pictures, and it tells the story of the workers and the brewery decades after it closed.
Did you have to get special access? Because we look at some of these pictures, some of them are exterior. So it's like, okay, you could be walking along the street. But some of the more inside photos,
yes.
Did someone have to let you in?
Yes. Owners of several of the buildings had to let me in, and I was told no several times, and it was a lesson in don't give up, keep trying, keep asking.
And the blue and then the green door are gorgeous. You didn't paint those or Photoshop those, did you?
There's a little bit of Photoshop in them.
Okay.
But they are naturally
those
awesome.
Colors.
Now, what inspired you in the first place to just go explore and see if you could have free reign?
Yeah.
It started with the buildings and just the history of Pabst in Milwaukee. And it was like, what is in these buildings that have been empty for decades? I have to get in and find out. And so I pushed and got access, and then just took pictures for hours and hours and hours. And the book is a presentation of what I thought were the best pictures.
Well, and speaking of the best pictures, I read that your favorite, or one of your favorites, is the abandoned Pabst break room. What is it about this picture that kind of like is super meaningful to you?
I love photographs that tell a story. And in this picture, you'll see it's completely abandoned, just as when the workers left out. There's a Pabst bottle on the table, a Harnisch-Weger ice cube tray. There's even a pack of cigarettes there that's empty. And then there are things in the locker, the employee locker behind, that you can still see in there. And it's like just like they walked out. There's a calendar in the room that still says 1985 in it.
No way.
So it's like, here is a true time capsule.
Yeah.
And I just love it when you find those types of things in the depths of these buildings.
Yeah.
And it's preserving, in such a unique way, Milwaukee's history.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What about these buildings? What's the status of them? Because a lot of Milwaukeeans know that some of them are just still abandoned and left kind of, you know, they're vacant and no one's using it. And then some of them have been restored and rehabbed for different purposes.
The most exciting is the brew house. It is now the Brew House Inn and Suites. So it's a beautiful hotel, and they kept the brew kettles in there. And a lot of my photographs are throughout the hotel as well, so it's really neat. A lot of the other ones are still empty, but renovations are planned, I think, for a lot of them.
Yeah, it's cool. What about as you look at Milwaukee now and knowing that we're not a bustling brewery city anymore, that, you know, Miller's kind of the name that people know, and it's the one that's operational now. Is there a certain sadness that comes with that for you?
Yeah, and that's part of the book, is I'm trying to bring out what I missed. I never got to do a brewery tour at Schlitz or Pabst. And so on the CD included our employees talking about how it smelled, what it was like in the brewery. And it's a chance for those of us that didn't get to see it to relive it a little bit. And
you have a cool foreword in your book, too. How did you get that?
August Pabst, the former vice president of the brewery, kind of got wind that I was putting this together, and I got to know him, and he was nice enough to write a beautiful introduction for the book. Yeah. And it really turned out fantastic.
And at the end, there's that will and testament, too, that I thought was interesting.
Oh, yes.
How'd you get your hands on that?
That is a letter from, there's a couple letters, but one is from Capt Pabst to his children about how to live your life. And it's just so interesting to hear from one of the most wealthy families in the country at the time how they teach their children. And it's not about money, it's about sharing and giving and not fighting. And the things he emphasized, I think, are included in there so we can all learn from them as well.
Well, yeah, and it was about, like, honor your mother and be about truth. And, you know, if kind of like if I did right by you, do right to other people, kind of that golden rule kind of thing that I thought was really touching. What about the CD that's in the back of your book here?
Yeah, the CD is actually interviews from former employees. So they're going to tell you how it smelled in there, what it was like, and then there's historians telling you, about the history of Pabst and Captain Pabst, who you were just talking about his letter. And you hear from them, and then I even play a little bit of ukulele on there to keep you entertained in between tracks.
So you're a photographer and a ukulele player?
I try to be.
What a great way to make this book touch you even more and really truly connect with it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed every minute of it. I did it for fun, and I was fortunate. I just had the books delivered to my house, and I hoped that bookstores would take it, and I've been fortunate that it sold out, and the local bookstores do have it, and it's been a blessing.
Good for you. And now what's next? Because this is your Pabst book, but this is Schlitz. You're working on this, right?
Schlitz Brewing Art just finished, and it's at the printer right now. It won't be available till October, but it was a huge adventure as well. Peter T. Eline, one of the Eline family members, wrote the introduction for it, and there's a huge amount of history and old documents and quotes involved in this as well. Each book, a special thing is they each come with a label from the bottles from when it was in. This is 40 years old. This one says 1970.
Wow.
Each book, and same with Pabst, comes with that.
That's awesome.
Suitable for framing, I think.
Yes, and they're each hand-signed and numbered.
That's awesome. I
Wow.
love that,
yes,
Paul.
so they're all special.
I got to make sure that we hit your offer today because I know a lot of people are going to want to take advantage of it. So starting with your Pabst book, okay, that's already out. Today only, today's Wednesday, okay, Paul is discounting the Pabst book by 15% on his website. And there you can see it's lakecountryphoto.com is the website to visit. And it's just today only 15% off. But this is what's so cool and exciting right now is that we are giving away not just a copy of the Pabst book, we were also giving away a vintage Pabst Blue Ribbon brewing certificate. This is a stock certificate, as well as one of the original bricks from the brew house. Oh, there we go. Oh, now I'm holding it. Okay, sorry. And I have the brick right here. It's in a plastic bag, but there it is for our caller right now. So call us at 799-4444, and we're going to give that away to one lucky caller. And then the Schlitz book will be out in
October, I would assume. Yep, in the fall it should be out.
Awesome.
And it's super exciting. Everything about it is exciting. The stock certificate and the bricks are also available on my website as a package. So it's a very special Milwaukee thing.
It's great. Thanks, Paul, for sharing it with us. We appreciate it. Come back when the Schlitz book is out.
I will for sure. Thanks for having me.
We'll look forward to it.